buddy cut off a fucking head and an arm. Had it in a garbage bag. And they get into the helicopter on the exfil for the op. And he puts it in another dude's lap. He's like, hey, buddy, you hold on to this for me. And he goes, that dude had no idea he had a head and an arm in his lap until right now when he reads my book. Better. So, just read Matt Best's book. It's the stuff dreams are made of. It's magnificent. It plays like if Ryan Reynolds were to have lived another life, he'd want it to be Matt's. He totally would. Let me tell you about this fucking guy. Guy's insane. Guy is the American fucking dream. I can't even try and bullshit around it, man. Can't. I am so fucking glad he's off the market. My God. So his book talks about his life from the very beginning, teenage years. Reading this book was so incredible because I had this image of him that he was always like that. Having met him just a couple times and seeing what he's done, I'm just like, and also knowing his reputation amongst other dudes. I remember thinking to myself, he's probably always been that fucking sick. Like he was just that guy from a young age. He's just always just a top of the class dude. And so in reading this book, I learned that he was not. And that made him so much more special to me and inspiring. Straight up. Really, really was great to see that. And I think it's a great example for other young dudes, even actually dudes of any age, that you can be as badass as you want to be as long as you're willing to fucking work at it. So many times that message was reinforced throughout the book, and I'm going, yeah, championing fucking work ethic and dedication and pride in being the best. Reinforcing that, just really fucking hammered in there. Ow, God, my arm hurts. I'm not the best at all. Not the best. So it talks about him as a young man. And what I loved so much, actually, the first story was just a funny, savage story that epitomized the most entertaining parts of the book, which was action, adventure, and comedy. And it's all real shit. It makes it that much more awesome to me as a reader and viewer. That's why I like creating shit like that. He weaves all of those great, entertaining elements into one story, and right off the bat, he's got your attention. He had mine, because he had me laughing the whole fucking time. Non-stop, I'm laughing throughout this adventure. And then, after that, he steps it back and he goes to his family. And he talks about where he comes from, being the youngest in a family of awesomeness, knowing that the only option he had was to try and be more awesome than them, like they set the standard for him. His two brothers went into the Marine Corps. His father was a Marine. They go in at the same time. I don't know if I should give away the day that they graduated boot camp, but his brother also finds out that something gnarly's going on. I don't know if I should give that away. But his brother's just a savage beast, and he just beats it. He overcomes, and then he finds his way. He finagles his way to get to fucking combat with his Marines in 03 or 04. 03, I think. Because he was determined, and nothing would stop him. And Matt learned from that fucking influence. And he talks about that. And it was so amazing to hear him talk about where he comes from. It's like, it makes sense. The power of the people you surround yourself with is fucking magnificent. Then he gives immense love to his mother and props his mother, and he praises mothers, great moms, across the world. This is very positive messaging, but he does it in a very fucking, a very bro way. And it's like all these other dudes, these influencers, and then actual people who do shit, like Tony Robbins and Gary Vee and all these people trying to, get you to lead your best life and all that, and be a good person. Matt sends that message in his book in his way, which is very casual, joking manner. Praising, just like calling it like it is. Like, this is awesome. My brothers were awesome. My dad was awesome. My mom was awesome. We had a strong family bond, and I developed into this. And then he became fucking awesomer, bester. He had the best. If you want to be the best, what do you say? If you want to be the best, you have to be the bestest of them all. Of the best? I forget what it was. It was something funny, just coming from his family. It was sick. Felt the love, man. Felt the fucking love. And then he talks about the only way to best them was to go be special forces, which none of them were, because the Marines didn't have special forces. So he went Army Special Forces, went straight into the 275. I think I gotta get my Ranger knowledge down. He's straight into the pipeline, deploys like hella soon. I don't even know if he'd been to too many schools. Goes to Iraq, said it wasn't that crazy. Ends up going 4 more times until he lived the dream. He lived the dream. The dream. He did the shit that I have always fantasized about. But I specifically fantasized about his experience when I was in Afghanistan, because we were reading the after-action reports from the task force units in our area, trying to learn anything that we could. What was the enemy doing in that area? How were they being successful with the enemy, right? We wanted to learn all this shit. So we're reading these after-action reports. Well, from all grunt units, but we got into the task force reports at some point. And we're reading this shit. And I remember seeing in there, they're doing helo raids, nighttime, obvi, and they're landing at like 1 in the morning, or midnight or some shit. And they're out of there by 6. And there's fucking 26 KIA. What the fuck kind of shit is that? 26? 5 hours? 6 hours? Took us fucking half the deployment. That's the most, this fantasy shit. Jet, fly in, blast everyone in a house, and fly out. And then go pump weights and fuck chicks back at Bastion or Leatherneck. They're not even hot chicks, but it's still fucking a blast. That's the fantasy. So I didn't even get to live that. I just heard about it. And I've been thinking about it ever since. I'm reading about this in Afghanistan, and it's like report after report. It's like, and it's routinely. Fly in around midnight, fly out by right after daybreak. 15 KIA, 10 KIA, 20 KIA, 26 KIA. And I was just like, these motherfuck, are you kidding me? They're having all the fucking fun in the entire AO. Grunts are running gay-ass patrols through minefields daily. Gay-ass patrols. Summer pool parties full of gay men. Dicks being sucked everywhere. Asses getting crushed. Fudge getting packed. And our patrols were gayer than that. So, that's how that goes. Slow, heavy for days, pop an IED, wait for EOD, find an IED, wait for EOD. Just why bother? Why bother do that when you can be in a task force unit with Matt Best hanging on the side of a helicopter, joking with his friends, flying in to do a direct action hit on some fucking pieces of shit IED maker. Bad guy according to the intel, which means fire away, boys. Fire away. And then the grunts just fucking going on post, going on patrol, jerking off, shitting, ground fighting, playing video games, playing with scorpions, blowing money. So anyways, that's what they did. And he wrote about it in the coolest way. This is a consummate sense of humor. And I just kept thinking the whole time, Ryan Reynolds has nothing on him. And I love Ryan Reynolds. He's got this one story, like, the title of the story is, I Am the Law. And it's about this time, him and a buddy, his squad leader is just like, hey, take the fucking law. It's like this special law that, I don't know, is more badass than your average law. It's just take the law. He's like, what the fuck am I gonna take this for? We're not coming across any tanks. It's like confirmed, there are no enemy tanks in the AO or nearby AOs. And his team leader, squad leader is just like, just shut the fuck up and do it. He's like, roger that, Sergeant. I can see him doing it. Shoulder holstering it, whatever. And then just making a joke, like carrying it, like, hey guys, I'm just gonna be hanging back here with my my dangly law. It's not an AT4, it's a law, but it's a special law. I could just see him doing that, the way he tells the story. On the mission, I think some other unit was pinned down or something by some machine gunners in a building in some city in Iraq. And he's just like, oh, wow, okay. Really? No. And he gets closer to find out the situation, the guys who might need it, and then he's just like, oh my God, this might actually fucking happen. Holy fuck. He gets to the situation to fire the law, and he does. And he's on target, and he blasts a room full of dudes, silences all the guns. Touchdown! I would yell louder, but everyone's asleep. And it's just a great day for America. And then now he's going back to base bragging about fucking shooting the law. I'm just like, how much fun would it have been to fight with that dude? Oh, it pains me. It really does. And then, but here's what's fucking even more sick, is that he reinforces afterwards. He reinforces the reason I was able to hit that shot. Oh, he says, some guy said, look, he fucking shot, right? Oh, he also reinforced, dude's always talking shit. And that he just fucking he just rises above, constantly. It's like, you wanna talk shit? Okay, and he'll just rise up. And so this guy's just like, lucky shot. And he's like, no, motherfucker, it wasn't luck. I read the manual 6 times before I took that thing out. And it had like a dummy round to practice with it. Like, I forget what they're called. Whatever, it's, a dummy round to practice his shot. And he actually fucking practiced. Anyways, he's like, I didn't fucking pick the thing up and take it out. I actually put in the work, reinforcing that fucking work ethic. And that, like, if you want to be the best, you're going to fucking work for it. He was just like, I will outwork dudes anywhere I go. That's why he made that shot. That's how that incredible fantasy, what would be a fantasy for anyone, that's how it actually became a reality for him. Great message throughout the whole thing. And then there's some fucking, oh my God, the comedy with him and his buddy cut off a fucking head and an arm. Had it in a garbage bag. And they get into the helicopter on the exfil for the op. And he puts it in another dude's lap. He's like, hey buddy, you hold on to this for me. And he goes, that dude had no idea he had a head and an arm in his lap until right now when he reads my book. And it's just full of shit like that. Oh, and then here it goes. He gets out. He goes to get out of the army because he's like, I don't want to miss all my 20s. Like, he actually had some common sense. And he says, okay, fuck it, I'm going home. I'm gonna move to LA and live it up with my buddies in LA. He then mercilessly bashes all of the fucking pieces of shit in LA. Merciless. And he called it like it is. And those who are not like that, then don't be offended, because this is not speaking to you. If you don't exhibit the shitty behaviors that he speaks to in the book, behaviors of treating other people like shit, inhumane with your fucking treatment of other people. If you're that, well then he's talking about you, and I hope you learn from this. I hope this has been a mirrorful experience for you. A mirrorful. That was sick. I'm gonna fucking write that down. Yeah, just talking about these awful people. And then he's like doing his private security job, executive security. He's like, God, this is fucking miserable. Has to like fucking blend in like furniture. When he's executive protection for like rich families and shit. What do you do? What do you do for that? Families like having a conversation about one of their students, one of their children is being bullied, and he's just chilling here. Oh wow, oh that's terrible. Oh, I'll fucking kill him. I'll kill that guy. Give me a name. As the family's talking about whoever's bullying their child, he does that. He fucking hates it. He's miserable. Calls his pops. Pops is like, I got you, boy. Brings him back. You know, remind me of my father. You know, always been there. He reinforces family being there for you. Ow. Not the best. Or no, then he goes into military contracting and then loves it. He's home. He's with the boys. He's with the team. They got missions. They're doing shit. He's got purpose. He's loving it. And doing shit with the guys, and he didn't speak to what he's doing, but that's not important. He's just enjoying that lifestyle again. And as he's on that lifestyle, he's doing it for a while, deploying a lot. And by the way, music has always been a big part of his life, ever since he was in a band, Blind Story, in high school. And it's funny to see how fondly he still looks back on that. Like, what a special part of youth that would be to someone. Which I will say, being able to have healthy experiences like that are often facilitated by a fucking solid family, solid home, more messaging. Let's wake up, people. Veterans, dirtbag dads. Just saying. Sorry, that was obnoxious. My bad. I don't know why I did that. Where was I? I gotta find it. He's going. Oh, loving it. He's gone for a while, and then he like writes home, or no, he looks at Facebook, and he sees somebody. People back at home are bitching and complaining. I think he said he was at a bad time. He was really frustrated about something that happened. I think maybe people got hurt. I don't remember. I don't want to. But he's having a shitty time. He sees on Facebook these people complaining about fucking. Two of his dudes went down. Oh my God, I totally fucking forgot. Fuck me. Two of his dudes went down early in his career. They were his guys who raised him, and he talked about how they made him the man that he is. What an instrumental part they had in developing him as a soldier and man. And he was just like, I had great examples to learn from. Like, what a fucking amazing thing to say about those who actually did have a part in shaping who you are for the better. And he constantly acknowledges that. I think he was thinking about them, and then he sees these people on Facebook complaining, like bitching about fucking, their latte's cold, and I don't know what other pathetic shit they were bitching out on Facebook for all the reasons that I stopped going on Facebook. But he saw it, and it pissed him off. He went and picked up his guitar and channeled his anger and frustration into music. And he wrote a song that I think was a parody of that. Parody of all these whiny complainers. Made it in his little fucking quad-con in Iraq. Sends those pictures, Not the best. So he publishes it on Facebook, and it gets a great response. And he loved that people were saying, hey, thank you for this, I needed this. Like, this fucking made my day. That was what fucking got him, was when as soon as he got the feeling that his work, his art, meant something to someone else. And so he kept pursuing that emotion and that connection between him and the person that appreciated his work. And that was his drive. And he kept making more and more videos. And he loved feeling that connection. And he's got people laughing, which he's always been a comedian. So now he's just being a comedian on a bigger scale. He's that same funny dude is just coming through the screen on a bigger scale, and it's being appreciated because it's genuinely fucking brilliant shit. Resonates. So he keeps making more and more videos, and then he reaches out to JT, you fucking piece of shit. I love you. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm frustrated with you. That's warm. That's cold. Anywho, so Matt reaches out to JT, who runs this page, and he's like, hey bro, would you mind reposting this video for me? Jared says, call me now, or let's talk. And then they get on a Skype call or whatever, and JT's like, bro, you're exactly what I've been looking for. I've been needing a star like you. God, we're all just fucking toys in Jared's playden. We really are. I don't even fucking feel bad about it. I don't, because it's gonna be good for me too. Love you. He reaches out to JT. JT says, call me now. They have to talk on the phone. And then Jared's like, you gotta come to my pad in El Paso. So Matt comes out. Jared's taking him through his fucking empty ass house. It's just got a bunch of fucking camera equipment. There's a bunch of fucking sound equipment, like a full band set, video stuff, lights, fucking cameras everywhere. No couch. Matt says, where's the couch? Jared says, in the garage. Matt says, why? Is the only couch in the house in the garage? And Jared's response is, because I spend a lot of time in there. Oh my God. I can't with you. So he gets to know him and they start making videos together. Jared's just like, yo man, I can fucking help with this and help with that. I'm gonna bring the quality up and do a little bit of branding, because Jared's king of branding. And they create Article 15 together. They turn it into a business. They're making money. Like, oh, well, there's one business, we get this thing going. Well, we also fucking love whiskey. It's a fucking whiskey business. We could sell whiskey. Start a fucking lead slingers. Evan Hafer is like asking around about him. Evan's a scary motherfucker. I've been saying this the whole time. The whole motherfucker. I've been like, that dude is scary as shit. I'm fucking intimidated in the room with him. Like scared. Like a little child. It's embarrassing. Time out. Ta-da. So what are we talking about? Evan Haver. Oh, so Evan's a scary motherfucker, man. And Matt just hears through the grapevine that some high-level contractor dude with some fucking like sneaky badass reputation is asking about him, and he's like, "Who's asking about me? What?" And then he ends up reaching out to him, meeting him something. He then comes to find out that that guy who's asking about him is Evan Hafer. And they link up, and he was just like, Evan was one of the sharpest dudes I'd ever met. And he was like, he had this idea to go into business. And he's talking, I don't know, he's talking about a coffee company, and then he sees him, and he's like, by coffee company, it was like a barista in his backpack. I think I read, Evan said that he was the only dude to invade Iraq with a French press. This is American fucking shit. That's what the fuck this is. It's fucking goddamn America. Oh, so they link up, and then they come up with the Black Rifle Coffee branding. They start pushing those sales. Those sales beat out all the other two sales, the other two businesses. And then they went all in on Black Rifle. had a movie idea. They do the Indiegogo campaign, raise almost 1.5 million. You know, they just, it's just like all these opportunities kept coming up, and they're like, let's do it. Let's do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. And it's incredible. It's inspiring. It's what our community needs to see. They need to see those stories, because those stories prove what's possible. Most of the time, I would say most of the time, people just need to know that it's possible in order for them to think big and actually work to achieve their dreams, knowing that it's possible. And now, me speaking as, I think I can now be considered a successful entrepreneur. I think I can, to a very small degree, but still, nevertheless. Now, I walk back to when I was coming up with this, and I remembered looking at what they did, and I was like, wow, they can do that? No, I looked at their Kickstarter, their Indiegogo campaign. I was like, fuck, 1.5 mil. And I looked at the size of all their social media followings and shit. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that, but I bet we can do like at least 250. Yeah, right? Seeing what they achieved, I'm like, that's bringing my bar up, right? And you have to have that. You have to have something to aspire to. And when it's coming from within our own community, to me personally, it means so much more. Yeah, it is kind of obnoxious that they're all fucking cream of the crop, like the creme de la creme of their respective worlds in the military. Jared as a JTAC, Matt as a ranger and operator, and Evan as a Green Beret. Come on. Yeah, kind of a little fucking dream team going on here, guys. Hey, you want to fucking send some players over to the fucking, to the West Division? And then the book concludes by him making the entrepreneurial leap and going all in, leaving contracting, right? And so he's got a decision to leave the military. He's forced a decision to leave relationships throughout the book, to leave the military, to leave the fucking, to leave this one job of the executive security, and then leave the other job. He has, then after leaving, when he makes the decision to leave private military contracting, he has to make this decision to leave this part of his life, to leave the operator life and be like, I'm moving on to entrepreneurship and entertainment. That decision takes courage. And throughout the book, throughout his life, he has all these moments where he has to make a decision, and he not 100% consistently, but consistently enough to achieve great success, which he has. Great success. Already has. He's made enough consistent, good decisions to get to that point. And he's constantly seeing opportunity and fucking running after it. And he reinforces his work ethic. Once he commits to something, he's fucking all in. Just really fucking great things to be reinforced to our community, and I'm very grateful for that. Even, he talks about fucking chicks. He loves fucking chicks, but he never spoke about it in a disrespectful way. He always kept it respectful, self-deprecated a little bit, and he always gave credit to the woman for something. And that right there, I'm so fucking grateful for, because I think that's another really positive message that motherfuckers need to be hearing, straight up. Because military guys are such fucking dirtbags. I know, I've been it. So he was able to speak about this natural urge, the urge of a man. He spoke about it in a beautiful way, because he always expressed respect for women as he talked about it, which is a great thing. I think it's a great message. He also had some condom usage in there, which I don't know if that was intentional, but good message. I think if our fucking community used some more condoms, we'd have like way fewer fucking stupid babies. Straight up. Way more fucking stupid ass kids. And he keeps you laughing the entire way. He leads with entertainment. It's entertainment first, it's funny first. But it has all this great stuff in it. The way I told that wasn't very funny. The way Matt tells you in his book is nonstop hysterical laughter. And it's, you know what? It's when he's talking about the darkest shit. He's talking about the darkest stuff. Like the savagery of warfare. With dead bodies and shit. He's just smoking dudes. That's when he's the most funny. And I fucking love that so much. Such a great message for fucking warriors. Like, don't be a bitch about your profession. Love your profession passionately. Love the profession of killing our enemies, of hunting them down and wasting them with a competitive spirit. Don't ever fucking lose sight of that in this politically correct ass, disgusting society. It's not all disgusting, but disgusting society of weakness. He reinforces that which that warriors should never forget, and that is to embrace being a savage, dominant warrior. Dominant, right? Because if you don't dominate in war, you all die. The whole country dies. Everyone back there at home. So that means you need to consistently dominate your enemies. And he's so proud of that. That fucking pride, the pride of a warrior. The warrior spirit. It's like, he wasn't even trying. That's what's cool about it. I don't even think he was trying. It undoubtedly reinforces the warrior spirit that I fear is being lost in some of the military schools, thanks to political correctness. The schools that are raising our fucking young warriors, they're just getting fucking pussier. Like, you can't even say the word die, motherfucker, die. You know, when you're planning your bursts for your machine gun. What? You can't say die, motherfucker, die? Is that less offensive than 5 rounds of 5.56 tumbling through some guy's chest? Stomach and chest. Ripping through his neck. So I think his book will help ensure that doesn't get lost. Read it and be inspired. Be inspired. Because I was inspired from fucking chapter 1 till the very fucking end. Yeah. So now we're gonna make movies with these guys. Yeah. I'm gonna use what Matt taught me in his book to achieve your dreams to make that happen. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you in the book. You're amazing. Love you. And all the rest of you guys, and your story is inspiring. Him and his buddy cut off a fucking head and an arm. Had it in a garbage bag.